We have gone from 12-4 in the first ever 12-team college football playoff. Welcome into Four Verts. My name is Harrison Graham. We got a college football playoff semifinals preview and predictions. We'll also rehash the quarterfinals, take a look at those four games as they played out. But the stage is set as we are down to four teams. In the Cotton Bowl, it'll be Ohio State versus Texas. We'll take a little bit of a closer look at that matchup here in just a little bit. And then in the Orange Bowl, Notre Dame stamps their ticket as they take down Georgia in the Sugar Bowl after that game got delayed a day. That game feels more like a pick-em. Ohio State, bit of a healthy favorite against Texas, but again, we'll take a look at those matchups in just a moment. But let's take a look at how we got there. Quarterfinal action as Penn State took down Boise State 31-14. Don't let the score fool you. This is probably the second best game of the quarterfinal round after Arizona State and Texas. Boise State down 24-14 twice, got inside the 20, came up empty, had a touchdown called back on a questionable call, then threw a pick, missed a field goal as well, missed a field goal earlier in the game. I thought Boise showed out well. They were competitive in this game, but Katron Allen, Nick Singleton a little bit too much. Drew Aller tossed 3 touchdowns. He played pretty well. Ashton Genty got held to 104 yards. 75 of those were after contact, so he was fighting for every yard he got. But this wasn't as one-sided as the score shows. Certainly the better team won, but I thought Boise State showed out well. Penn State victorious in that one. The game of the playoffs so far, if there were betting odds to say what would be the best game through 2 rounds, I'm not sure Texas-Arizona State would have been close to the favorite for that, but that has been the case as Arizona State stormed back from 16 points down in the fourth quarter to get this one to overtime and went as far as taking a 31-24 lead in the first overtime and had Texas on the ropes on a 4th and 13, but Quinn Ewers checked to a cover 0 beater, threw a touchdown pass over the top, protection held up on the blitz, and they tied it at 31. And then Texas on the first play of the second overtime threw a touchdown pass to Gunnar Helm, picked off Sam Levitt on the Sun Devils' ensuing possession, and the Horns survive and advance. They are certainly going to have to play a lot better if they want to beat Ohio State, but good showing for the Sun Devils, Texas to the Final Four. In the Rose Bowl, it was Ohio State 41, Oregon 21, and it was not as close as the score suggests. The Buckeyes led 34-0 late in the first half before Oregon got a late touchdown to end the half. Got another touchdown to start the second half, so it was 34-15. Ducks had a little bit of life, but not nearly enough. Ohio State scored again, and the rest was history. Jeremiah Smith is the best wide receiver in college football by a pretty healthy margin. Will Howard is dropping dimes. Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins are rolling in. That front four led by Jack Sawyer and JT Tuimoloau playing some inspired football for the Buckeyes defense. They sacked Dylan Gabriel 8 times. Gabriel finishes his collegiate career tied with Case Keenum for the most touchdown passes in FBS history, but the Ducks were overwhelmed in this one from start to finish as they lose their perfect season in the quarterfinals. And then the last game, the one that got pushed to Thursday due to the tragic incident on New Year's Eve in New Orleans. Notre Dame comes out and just plays a solid game. No turnovers. Georgia had 2 turnovers, which was the difference in the game. That was plus 10 for Notre Dame. Georgia cost themselves a field goal attempt and gave Notre Dame 7 points. Otherwise, it's much closer. But this game was going to come down to ball control, and Notre Dame did just that. I mean, Riley Leonard only threw for 88 yards or whatever it was. Also ran for 80 as well. Gunnar Stockton played okay for Georgia, but got strip sacked twice. Lost one of them. They could not run the ball effectively at all. Trevor Etienne was shut down. Good win for the Irish as they advance to play Penn State in the Orange Bowl. We'll take a look at the 2 semifinal games coming up here in just a moment. And subscribe to Four Verts right here. If you want daily college football and NFL coverage, we got you covered. We will have full reaction to the college football playoff, both matchups there. So lock us in here on Four Verts. All right, let's take a look at the Cotton Bowl first as Ohio State takes on Texas. That'll be next Friday, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN at Jerry World in Arlington. The Buckeyes, an early 6-point favorite here as we're filming this on Thursday night. The over-under set at 53.5. My early thought is I like Ohio State and I like them to cover. Is Texas capable? Are they talented enough to win this game? I think they are, but what I will say is what I've said the last 2 weeks. If Ohio State plays their A game, they're not going to lose. Their best is better than everyone else's best. And so if you're Texas, A, you've got to elevate your level. That starts to me with Quinn Ewers. He's got to do a better job taking care of the football and making good decisions. And B, they're going to have to find a running game that disappeared against Arizona State. If you can't run on Arizona State, I'm pretty concerned if you're going to be able to run against Ohio State's front four. And B, you're going to need some help. You're going to need some help from Ohio State. If they play their best game, you're not going to win. If they play like they did the last 2 weeks against Tennessee and Oregon, you're not going to win. So Texas has to elevate their level. Ohio State's got to dip down a little bit. Those two things happen, Texas can win. They have enough talent. But if not, Ohio State to me is the most dominant and talented team in college football. I like the Buckeyes. I'll let this marinate a little bit, but my early take is I like Ohio State by 2 touchdowns. I really do. 34-20, 38-24. That's kind of my early thought on this matchup. I'd be typing my OSUs, but let us know who you got. TEX for Texas, OSU for Ohio State for the Cotton Bowl in the semifinals. We'll take a look at Penn State, Notre Dame in a moment, but do want to show some love to our sponsor, Prize Picks. Daily fantasy made easy with Prize Picks, where you can win up to 1,000 times your entry right now. $5 to win 5,000, $10 to win 10,000 on certain lineups. If you're like me and have had a horrible season-long fantasy football season, well, Prize Picks is awesome because you can get in on all of the games, all the action. You can cross over sports with your picks as long as you have 2 or more players in your lineup. Pick more, pick less. On all the stat projections available, you are going to be good to go. This is what I had in the Georgia-Notre Dame game. Again, doesn't have to be all within one game, but that's what I did for this one. Did not work out. 0 for 2 there. But that's okay because when you use code CLNS when you sign up at prizepicks.com/CLNS, you are going to get a $50 bonus sent straight into your account. Take advantage. Play for $5, get 50 for free. It's an awesome deal. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS. Get started this new year. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Okay, Orange Bowl time. Then we're getting out of here. Notre Dame, Penn State in Miami for the Orange Bowl. Fighting Irish early 1.5-point favorite. This feels like a pick'em to me. I think Notre Dame and Penn State defenses are both very good. Let's see what Abdul Carter's status is. I think he's going to play, but keep an eye on that. He left the quarterfinals against Boise. If he plays, I would slightly lean Penn State. Drew Allar's more boomer bust than Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard's more play it safe, run the football, be methodical. Aller can certainly turn it over, but he's been really good as of late, and he can generate more big plays with his arm. So I would lean Penn State. I think they're a little more stout. Jeremiah Love, keep an eye on his status too. He did not return, I don't believe, against Georgia. Also, this one a quicker turnaround for Notre Dame. They play in a week, whereas Penn State's had like 9 days here. So take that for what it's worth as well. I would pick Penn State in a tight one, like 27-24, 23-20. I think that'll be, a game played in the 20s. I would lean Penn State, but could certainly see it going either way. I think this is the more closer matchup on paper between the two teams. Let us know who you got. PSU for Penn State, ND for Notre Dame. There you have it. Stage is set. We are down to 12 from 12 to 4. Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, Notre Dame. Final 4 teams left. And then the national championship will be played in Atlanta on January 20th. All right. Thanks for tuning in to 4 Verts. We'll have you covered throughout the rest of this playoff, plus daily NFL videos in the mix as well. Don't miss out on any of it. My name is Harrison Graham. We will see you guys next time. Hit that subscribe button here on 4 Verts.